Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Brittany Wallet, Strategic Marketing Manager at Hallstar, and today we're excited to share key insights from In-Cosmetics Global, especially for those of you who were unable to join us in person. Rather than recapping what we saw on the show floor, today this webinar is focused on what really matters moving forward, how consumer expectations are evolving, how formulations are changing, and where we see real opportunity for innovation in 2026 and beyond. Today we'll walk through 3 major trends shaping beauty right now, and we'll connect those trends to specific Hallstar ingredients that are already delivering against these new demands. At In-Cosmetics this year, there were countless exciting launches and conversations, but across the noise, 3 themes consistently rose to the top. The first was beauty in a wellness landscape, where beauty products are expected to behave more like health solutions, supporting skin biology and long-term resilience. The second was inclusive innovation for hair and scalp health, where performance must work across real textures, real routines, and the full spectrum of hair and scalp needs. The third was climate adaptive formulation, as consumers expect products that stay effective, comfortable, and reliable across humidity, heat, cold, and pollution. What connects all 3 of these trends is a shift toward functional, science-backed solutions that perform in real-life conditions, not ideal ones. I won't be walking through these trends alone today. I'm joined by 3 Hallstar experts who each bring a unique perspective. Michelle Yip represents our active ingredients portfolio and will speak to skin resilience, recovery, and life stage-driven skin needs. Kelly Wolf is our expert in functional ingredients, focusing on hydration, barrier health, and biological optimization, especially important within the wellness and climate adaptive space. Lastly, Scott Cardinale, who leads our sun care business, also brings deep experience in hair applications and will share insights on inclusive hair health and sensory performance. Together, we'll connect trend insight with real formulation tools you can use. Let's get started with our first and largest theme, beauty in the wellness landscape. Imagine the shelves of your local store blurring more than ever, cosmetics with clinical level efficacy and supplements with cosmetic benefits. Health and wellness are beauty. Beauty is health and wellness. What we're seeing is not just a trend in claims, but a fundamental shift in expectations. Consumers no longer think of beauty as something purely topical. They expect products to align with how they live, how they feel, and how their bodies function. This trend is rooted in a very simple truth. People know their skin changes when their bodies are under stress. Consumers recognize visible skin shifts when stress spikes, sleep declines, hydration cycles fluctuate, or the skin barrier is compromised. They see changes during major life transitions, pregnancy, postpartum, hormonal shifts, or rapid weight change. They're also increasingly aware of how environment plays a role, whether it's extreme climates, pollution, or dry indoor air. Because of this, wellness doesn't just influence beauty anymore, it anchors it. Consumers expect products to sync with real-life biology, support resilience, and deliver measurable improvements over time. If we look at what's fueling this shift, the data makes it clear. In the US, 83% of consumers believe sleep directly impacts their skin appearance, and 71% cite stress as a major skin influencer. In China, behavior is even more proactive. 76% of adults take a preventative approach to beauty and skincare, and 87% actively maintain lifestyle habits to enhance beauty. Across markets, people are increasingly aware that lifestyle factors like sleep quality, stress levels, hormonal changes, and environmental exposure directly affect their skin. This awareness explains the rising interest in things like functional nutrition, mindfulness, and even GLP-1 conversations. So what does this mean for formulations? Today's consumer is motivated, proactive, and highly outcome-driven. They're no longer satisfied with ingredients that simply coat the skin or deliver short-term sensory effects. Instead, they're looking for functional actives, ingredients that interact with biological pathways, strengthen structure and resilience, and improve skin function over time. Importantly, they want solutions that address concerns tied to their hormonal, physical, and even emotional states. This is where beauty starts to truly overlap with wellness. When we look at this trend through the Hallstar lens, two key themes consistently rise to the top. And the first is skin resilience and recovery. We're seeing increased demand for ingredients that don't just treat symptoms, but actually help skin withstand stress, adapt to change, and recover more effectively over time. Michelle, this is where active ingredients play such a critical role. I know you're excited to share one of our ingredients with us today that aligns perfectly with this demand.
Thanks, Brittany. I'm very excited to share insight into one of our most meaningful active ingredients, Apuntia Oleoactive. Apuntia Oleoactive has a beautiful, long-standing story within the Hallstar portfolio, and its evolution mirrors exactly what we're seeing in the wellness-driven beauty landscape today. Apuntia Oleoactive was originally launched back in 2010 for its moisturizing benefits, but as consumer needs evolved, we saw something much deeper emerging. Like many brands today, we were exploring safe, natural solutions appropriate for sensitive and transitional stages, such as postpartum, adolescence, pregnancy, and periods of rapid body change. We found that Apuntia Oleoactive, already in our portfolio, was an ideal fit. It's gentle, restorative, and aligned with the way skin behaves during these delicate life stages. We expanded our clinical work to demonstrate anti-stretch mark performance, reinforcing its positioning as a gentle solution for the life of our skin. This amazing ingredient is an upcycled, sustainably sourced active extracted from Apuntia flowers using our patented Oleo Eco extraction technology. It's rich in polyphenols, certified Cosmos Organic, and gentle enough for babies and pregnant women. Apuntia Oleoactive supports skin resilience through 4 complementary actions. First, it delivers immediate hydration, helping the skin remain supple during periods of stress. Second, it provides a soothing effect, offering relief for sensitive and reactive skin. Third, it offers protection against oxidative stress by scavenging free radicals. And finally, it contributes to the prevention and correction of stretch marks, improving elasticity and firmness while reducing redness, contrast, and surface roughness. These benefits all stem from phytocompounds extracted from the Apuntia flower, which support the dermis as it adapts to accelerated change. Our skin is constantly adapting, from infancy through adulthood. Baby skin is thinner, more vulnerable, and more reactive. As we move through puberty, pregnancy, and rapid body or weight changes, the dermis can't always remodel fast enough. And when that happens, micro tears begin to form in the dermal matrix, which eventually appear as stretch marks. This is not a cosmetic surface issue. It's a structural response to stress, stretching, and biological imbalance. During pregnancy, this stress cascade becomes amplified. Around 50% of women experience skin damage linked to stretching, dryness, and inflammation. Internally, we see increased dryness and sensitivity, elevated inflammatory mediators, and higher levels of proteolytic enzymes like stromalysin 1, matrolysine, and gelatinase B, or MMP3, MMP7, and MMP9. These enzymes are necessary for tissue remodeling to make room for baby, but when overexpressed, they accelerate the breakdown of collagen and elastin. Combined with oxidative stress and inflammation, the dermal structure becomes weaker, making microtears more likely as skin stretches. Apuntia Oleoactive was designed specifically to support the skin during these transitions by providing hydration, calming inflammation, protecting against oxidative stress, and helping limit excessive enzymatic activity. Our clinical work reinforces this biology. First, Apuntia Oleoactive delivers immediate hydration, both at 1% and 2% concentrations, outperform placebo within just 1 hour. Second, it provides meaningful dermal protection, significantly inhibiting MMP3, MMP7, and MMP9, those overexpressed enzymes involved in collagen and elastin degradation. And finally, in our postpartum clinical study, Apuntia Oleoactive showed visible improvements in stretch mark appearance, including reduced redness and contrast, and smoothing of depth and thickness over 28 and 56 days. Together, this shows Apuntia Oleoactive supports the skin before, during, and after periods of accelerated change. Let's start with color, because redness is one of the clearest visual signals of skin stress. In these high-resolution macroscopic images, what you see over time is a consistent reduction in redness and color contrast of stretch marks. By day 28, the skin already appears calmer and less inflamed, and by day 56, that calming effect is even more pronounced. Now we move from color to structure. These depth-mapped images show the topography of the stretch marks, essentially how deep and uneven the skin surface is. Over time, we see a clear reduction in height variation, which means the skin surface is becoming smoother and more uniform. This reflects improved dermal resilience, and the skin is better able to adapt and remodel, not just looking better temporarily. This next example, and probably my favorite, highlights overall improvement, combining reductions in redness and smoothing of the texture. It's a clear visual representation of Opuntia oleoactive's multi-pathway support on the belly area, which is one of the most commonly affected zones postpartum. We see a really nice benefit after 28 days, but an even better progressive benefit after 56 days. What amazing results! And here we look specifically at the thighs, another high-stress area across multiple life stages, not just pregnancy. Again, we see smoothing of the skin micro-relief over time, reinforcing that Opuntia oleoactive's benefits are not zone-specific. The ingredient performs consistently across different body areas, which is essential for formulators building products intended for real-world use. To summarize, Opuntia oleoactive supports the skin through some of life's most delicate and demanding moments. With hydration, soothing action, antioxidant protection, and proven stretch mark improvement, it's a clear example of how wellness-driven beauty prioritizes resilience, not just quick fixes.
Thank you, Michelle. Another demand we're seeing within this beauty wellness space is the need for functional ingredients with hydration and support for the health of our skin barrier.
Brittany, this is very true. Hydration today is viewed as functional skin health, not just cosmetic moisture. Consumers want ingredients that reinforce the barrier, support longevity, and influence pathways tied to inflammation, microbiome health, and gene expression. At In Cosmetics this year, we highlighted Hydrocyno DOI, which fits this modern expectation perfectly. Hydrocyno DOI is our smart hydrator and barrier builder designed to help skin behave optimally, especially when dryness or stress disrupts water balance. That technical focus begins with aquaporins in the skin. The conventional concept of moisture retention has been shown with humectants and occlusive films. The picture that we see here is the classic brick and mortar, and we can see that the humectants and occlusive films help lock in the moisture and allow water to flow between the skin cells. But in 2003, it was discovered that water and glycerol are transported by aquaporin 3, which stimulates the internal hydration network, and this allows water to flow through the skin cells rather than around them. Hydrocyno DOI doesn't just activate aquaporins, it also helps maintain tight and adherent junction genes as well. And this helps maintain osmotic balance and barrier integrity, making hydration more controlled, more durable, and more biologically aligned. In our gene expression studies, DOI significantly upregulated aquaporin 3 and CD44, a hyaluronic acid receptor important for proper water distribution. This shows DOI hydrates not by coating the surface, but by rewiring how skin manages water internally. We also evaluated aquaporin 3 expression in water-treated cells with and without the treatment of DOI. We clearly can see in this picture the increase in expression with the DOI-treated cells. And here we have the clinical hydration studies using the hydrocynyl DOI. On the left, we're looking at moderately dry skin. This lotion was used for 2 weeks in the purple bars. And then we allowed a 4-day regression where none was applied, and that is going to be the gray bars. And we can see that the hydrocynyl DOI is pretty similar to the glycerol. But what's very interesting is the drop-off period is actually less with the hydrocynyl DOI because it's establishing the hydration network. What is very interesting is when we go to the right side and look at severely dry skin. And in the middle there, we see just hydrocynyl DOI versus glycerol. And this is just 7 days. So in only 7 days, we can see an increase in hydration 3 times more with hydrocynyl DOI. And what's even more fun is when we combine the two on the right, and you get a wonderful synergistic boost in hydration when you put the hydrocynyl DOI and the glycerol together. Hydrocynyl DOI also significantly decreased transepidermal water loss, showing direct improvement in barrier function. This is especially important for stressed or compromised skin. In addition to being a smart hydrator, hydrocynyl DOI is Cosmos approved, Nature approved, biodegradable, and extremely well tolerated, even up to 95% in an HRIP study with no irritation or sensitization results. This makes it easy for brands to formulate with and obtain smart hydration.
Thank you, Kelly. Beauty in a wellness landscape is reshaping expectations. Consumers want solutions that support biological function, resilience, and long-term skin health. Apuntia Oleoactive and Hydrocynyl DOI embody that shift, delivering gentle, science-backed performance that aligns with wellness values. Shifting now to our second standout trend from In-Cosmetics Global, let's talk about inclusive innovation for hair health. One of the clearest themes we saw this year was the industry's recognition that hair must be inclusive. Across every region, every texture, and every age group, consumers are redefining what good hair means, and it no longer is tied to a single ideal. Instead, people want products that support the long-term health of their unique hair type. This means moving away from a one-size-fits-all solution and toward technologies that perform across real textures, real routines, and real styling practices. At the same time, the focus is shifting to health as the new beauty standard. Smoother cuticles, reduced breakage, better moisture retention, and consistent protection. Aligning with our first trend, healthy hair is the foundation. One reason this trend has accelerated is the growing awareness of hair damage. In Italy, 85% of consumers say maintaining hair health is more important to them than achieving the perfect color. This is a significant shift in priorities. And this thinking extends beyond topical products. In the UK, 60% of consumers are saying they've noticed improvements in their hair, skin, or nails after incorporating supplements into their routines. This tells us consumers are thinking very holistically about their hair, linking wellness, repair, and long-term performance. Younger consumers in particular had a real aha moment thanks to viral social content like the TikTok dead hair test. Suddenly, damage was visible, tangible, and undeniable, and repair skyrocketed as a priority. Styling products are increasingly viewed as support systems, not just tools for hold or shine. Gen Z and Gen Alpha expect fast, visible improvement, and they want the proof. Today's consumer is overwhelmed by choice, and what they're really seeking is evidence, visual transformations they can trust. Brands like Olaplex built massive momentum around the idea of visible repair, and more recently, products like Gravity in Korea gained traction because of their association with scientific expertise and performance. This tells us performance-driven, proof-based hair care is no longer a niche, it is the expectation. Another major theme is the rise of scalp health. Nearly half of US consumers believe their scalp condition directly impacts the look and health of their hair. At the same time, almost 50% of Chinese consumers are actively looking for skincare ingredients like hyaluronic acid, ceramides, niacinamide, and probiotics in their hair care products. We've officially entered the era of scalp as skin. Consumers are seeking barrier repair, microbiome support, sensitive scalp solutions, and clinically inspired protection. Strong hair truly starts at the root. Another important piece of this trend is texture diversity. Curly hair isn't a niche category. In many regions, it's the majority. In Brazil, for example, nearly 80% of women identify with wavy, curly, or coily hair types. In the US, it's around 2/3. Even in France, more than half report having textured hair. This diversity means a single product may not serve everyone. Inclusive innovation requires testing across texture groups, considering porosity, strand diameter, cultural styling practices, and sensory preferences across hair types. It's about performance across every hair phenotype. Like our first trend, we'd like to highlight a few ingredients that we showcase at In-Cosmetics Global that align directly with this shift toward inclusive hair health. Scott, can you share your perspective on what this means from a formulation and ingredient standpoint?
Thanks, Brittany. Hi, everyone. Great to be here. When we talk about inclusive hair care, ingredients need to be proven to deliver consumer perceivable benefits across a range of hair types and morphologies. When addressing their hair repair and treatment needs, consumers are increasingly moving away from the heaviness of traditional oils and the synthetic nature of silicones, but they still want slip, shine, and manageability. And this is where Hallstar DS fits perfectly. It's a lightweight, 100% derived natural, sustainable emollient designed to deliver a silicone-like sensory experience to a variety of hair types with a clean, modern profile. One of the key differentiators of Hallstar DS is its exceptional spreadability. Compared to other low-viscosity emollients, Hallstar DS delivers the highest spreading value, which directly translates to a lighter feel and more even distribution on both the skin and hair. That means easier application, better coverage, and less risk of weighing the hair down, especially important for fine, curly, and highly textured hair types. In sensory testing, we directly compared Hallstar DS with two benchmarks, cyclopentasiloxane, or D5, for known spreadability and lightness, as well as caprylic capric triglyceride, a known light, sustainable emollient. Hallstar DS delivers comparable spreadability and thickness to D5 upon application. However, unlike D5, Hallstar DS is not volatile, so it gives a longer playtime and substantive afterfeel. However, in comparison to CCT, Hallstar DS is faster absorbing, almost feeling volatile, and less heavy and substantive on the hair and skin. That means you get the same D5-like lightweight feel customers love, but with a more nourishing, longer-lasting sensory experience. Now, tactile perception is a strong signal of hair health. In model combing studies, Hallstar DS significantly reduced both dry combing energy and wet detangling forces. Now, in addition to contributing to perceptions of improved hair health, lower combing forces mean less friction and less breakage, which leads to improved long-term hair integrity through daily grooming. Now, in combination with feel, visual appearance is a strong signal to hair health. Hair that is well managed and non-greasy in appearance is critical. For textured hair types, this often means excellent curl definition. For fine and straight hair types, this means weightless and controlled volume. To demonstrate the beneficial visual impact of Hallstar DS, we evaluated fiber alignment and curl definition. Now, hair treated with Hallstar DS shows improved order and curl definition compared with untreated hair and even cyclopentasiloxane, without perceivable residue or buildup. Importantly, the hair fibers remain light and individualized, which is critical for textured and curly hair where weight and buildup from heavy oils can quickly become an issue. Humidity is one of the biggest real-world challenges across hair types. Humidity-induced frizz is perceived as a signal of hair damage. In high humidity testing, hair swatches treated with Hallstar DS maintained order and suppressed frizz through 24 hours at 85% relative humidity. Performance was comparable to argan oil and superior to cyclopentasiloxane, offering effective frizz control without heaviness. Now, beyond manageability, Hallstar DS delivers additional visual signals of hair health. Hair shine is a healthy hair attribute appreciated across all hair types. Hallstar DS provides significantly higher shine compared to untreated hair and outperforms cyclopentasiloxane while approaching the gloss benchmark of argan oil. What's important is that this shine comes without visible residue, giving hair a healthy, natural appearance rather than a coated look. Another benefit we observed is resilient stirring manipulation. Not only does Hallstar DS add manageability to hair, there is also longevity to the improved style and appearance. Hair treated with Hallstar DS maintains order even after handling and reshaping. This allows for flexibility in styling. Curls can be reshaped without losing definition or manageability, which is especially valuable for textured hair routines. And finally, sensory panel feedback reinforces what we see instrumentally. The majority of panelists agreed that damaged straight Caucasian hair tresses treated with Hallstar DS look healthier, shinier, more aligned, and feel smoother and easier to comb. Together, our evaluations show that Hallstar Diaz delivers wide-ranging performance benefits across multiple hair types, combining lightweight, sensory, visible improvements and real-world resilience across hair textures. Hallstar has prepared a prototype kit of hair care formulations, highlighting the range of benefits Hallstar Diaz can bring to various hair types. These prototypes have had their performance validated on a range of hair types, reinforcing the studies we have highlighted here. These kits are available upon request, so just please reach out to your Hallstar sales representative for more details.
From the active ingredients perspective, we're seeing increasing innovation in hair care as the skinification of hair and scalp continues to evolve. One ingredient that fits this shift perfectly is Hair Oleo Booster, a natural oil-based active designed to protect hair from environmental and mechanical stress. Hair Oleo Booster helps protect against sun and heat damage, preserves color, and enhances shine. It's made from botanicals like shiitake and tamarind pods, known for their antioxidant and restorative properties, extracted into refined coconut oil that are rich in MCTs. This carrier has strong affinity for hair proteins, reinforcing the cuticle and helping reduce moisture loss. Hair Oleo Booster penetrates deeply into the hair, protecting both lipids and proteins from oxidation. It also helps maintain the cuticle barrier and hair's natural hydrophobicity. Importantly, it protects melanin and synthetic pigments, supporting color retention and long-lasting shine. The result is stronger, more resilient, and more vibrant hair. Now, heat styling is one of the most aggressive stressors for hair. Using infrared imaging, we compared hair treated with Hair Oleo Booster to untreated and placebo-treated hair. At just 3%, Hair Oleo Booster significantly reduced hair temperature by nearly 4 degrees Celsius immediately after drying, and more than 4 degrees after 1 minute. Compared to the placebo, the reduction was even more pronounced. This confirms a real measurable heat shielding benefit, not just a surface effect. Now, these infrared images help visualize that data. You can clearly see that hair treated with Hair Oleo Booster retains significantly less heat immediately after drying. This reinforces its ability to protect hair during high temperature styling, a daily reality for many consumers. Now, color protection is another key benefit of Hair Oleo Booster. After 5 days of testing, untreated hair and water-treated placebo hair showed around a 30% loss in vibrancy. In contrast, Hair Oleo Booster significantly increased perceived color intensity, performing 5 times better than the coconut oil placebo. It's important to note that Hair Oleo Booster does not add pigment. Instead, it improves hair quality by tightening the cuticle, which allows color to appear richer and more radiant. It's clear that hair care is increasingly part of the wellness category, and winning products will be those that protect the hair fibers, support scalp and hair health, deliver fast, visible transformation, and perform across all textures and routines.
Thank you, Scott and Michelle. Both Hallstar Diaz and Hair Oleo Booster demonstrate how performance, protection, and inclusivity come together in modern hair care. Now let's move into our third trend from In-Cosmetics Global, and this one is one of my personal favorites. Climate adaptive beauty isn't entirely new. You may have heard of it, but what has changed is the urgency and the expectation around it. Today, climate is no longer a background factor. It's a daily reality shaping how our products feel, how they perform, and whether consumers go back to them. What we'll talk about next is how functional ingredients are enabling multifunctional, resilient products that help consumers navigate climate extremes in a more sustainable way. Importantly, climate adaptive beauty also aligns with a growing expectation for sustainable simplicity. By building a resilient base formulation, we help consumers reduce the number of products they use, their packaging waste, and the overall resource footprint without sacrificing performance. Scott, can you talk to us a little bit about the ingredient we highlighted at In Cosmetics related to this trend?
As we move deeper into climate adaptive formulation, I want to introduce another ingredient from our Hallsense platform, Hallsense OI. Like Hallsense Diaz, Hallsense OI is designed to deliver a light, easily spreading sensory profile, but its real strength lies in its multifunctionality within challenging formulations, especially sun care. Hallsense OI was rebranded from Hallstar Octyl Isonanoate, a hidden gem in our portfolio. It's globally approved, and it offers a unique combination of sensory elegance and efficacy across climate conditions. It functions as a lightweight emollient, a wetting agent, and a dispersant, all while improving the final product feel and reducing tackiness from heavier oil to encourage proper sunscreen application. When we talk about climate adaptive beauty, especially in sun care, application and coverage become absolutely critical. Emollients and film forming systems help create a more continuous sunscreen layer on the skin. Better film continuity can improve water resistance, reduce rub-off, and support more reliable and enhanced SPF delivery. In other words, SPF performance isn't just about UV filters, it's heavily influenced by how well those filters are delivered and maintained on skin. So effective and uniform delivery of the active UV filters is particularly important for mineral sunscreens. The particle size of mineral UV filters are optimized for UV protection. However, they can be difficult to disperse homogenously in a formulation, and also have a natural tendency to agglomerate over time. Poor wetting and uneven dispersion will lead to reduced coverage and compromised SPF, both initially and over time. Effective wetting helps minimize agglomeration, ensuring both initial efficacy and SPF stability throughout wear, even under heat and humidity. From a sensorial standpoint, Hallsense OI strikes an important balance. In sensory evaluation, Hallsense OI shows comparable spreadability to caprylic capric triglyceride, a similar perceived thickness to cyclopentasiloxane, and faster absorption than heavier oils. The result is a lighter skin feel than is achieved with traditional esters, with enough emolliency to maintain comfort, especially valuable in SPF and climate-adaptive skincare. In comparative sensory mapping, Hallsense OI consistently falls within the light and quick-absorbing quadrant. It's significantly less heavy and rich compared to many traditional emollients and dispersing and wetting agents, while still delivering functional performance. This makes Hallsense OI especially useful in formulations that need to feel comfortable across temperature and humidity changes without sacrificing stability and efficacy. Now let's look at performance, specifically the wetting of zinc oxide particles. In screening studies, Hallsense OI shows remarkable wetting efficiency across uncoated and coated zinc oxide grades, outperforming many commonly used oils and even Hallsense Diaz in some cases. Lower viscosity in these oil-mineral blends translates directly to better wetting, improved dispersion, and more uniform sunscreen films. Now we see similar results with titanium dioxide. Hallsense OI demonstrates superior wetting performance compared to traditional emollients and wetting and dispersing agents across multiple TiO2 treatments. This reinforces Hallsense OI's role as a high-performance wetting agent for mineral sunscreens, supporting both efficacy and consistency across climate conditions. Overall, the globally approved Hallsense OI offers formulators a powerful tool, combining a light sensorial profile with exceptional wetting and formulation resilience, which is exactly what climate-adaptive beauty demands. This is especially true in sun care, where small changes in emollient systems can have a big impact on real-world SPF performance. Having greater control over the impact of these functional building blocks is critical. Now, through years of developing, testing, and perfecting sun care excipients, Hallstar has developed an intimate knowledge of not only innovative ingredients such as Hallsense OI, but also the broader impact of ingredients on formulation efficacy. And that's also where we aim to support our customers beyond ingredients. At Hallstar, we offer a full range of sun care solutions beyond ingredients. We offer predictive in vitro SPF testing for sun care formulations, helping formulators validate performance and optimize designs with confidence as they develop climate-adaptive SPF systems. We offer a vast library of stability and performance-tested prototypes designed to inspire, and we are happy to share our sun care expertise through formulation, troubleshooting, consultation, and custom development.
That's a great point, Scott, about the SPF testing. Thank you. Now, up to this point, we've focused a lot on protection, specifically sun care. But climate stress doesn't stop after exposure. Climate adaptive beauty today must support recovery as well. And that, I believe, is where our next ingredient comes in. Kelly, can you talk to us about our newest functional ingredient?
Thanks, Brittany. Functional ingredients are truly having a moment, especially in the world where both skin protection and skin recovery are equally important. I'm excited to share one of our newest launches at Hallstar's, Surfinesse Hydra. Surfinesse Hydra is a PEG-free, water-friendly emollient designed specifically to help reduce surface-induced aggressiveness while improving skin feel, hydration, and comfort. Surfinesse Hydra also comes with a very strong regulatory and sustainability profile. It's Cosmos approved, Nature approved, EU REACH compliant, plant-based, vegan compatible, pollen-free, and readily biodegradable. It has an ISO 16128 natural origin index of 1 and is fully based on renewable resources, making it very well aligned with both formulator needs and brand sustainability goals. One of the most unique aspects of Surfinesse Hydra is how water-friendly it is. It solubilizes transparently in water at 1, 5, and even up to 10% use level. It opens up formulation opportunities in toners, micellar waters, gentle cleansers, and post-exposure care, where you want emolliency and comfort without weight and residue. The performance of Surfinesse Hydra comes from its molecular design. The pelargonate portion provides shorter chain length for water solubility and transparency, while the olivate, olive chemistry, delivers skin compatibility and emolliency. Together, this creates an ingredient that provides natural emolliency and mildness while addressing key customer expectations, including performance, naturality, multifunctionality, soothing, and comfort. Clinically, Surfinesse Hydra demonstrates strong hydrating performance. What's especially interesting is that its hydrating effect persists after just a single application, with no statistical difference between the first and third hour. In fact, adding Surfinesse Hydra increased the formulator's hydrating power by 2.6 times, showing it delivers real functional benefit despite being water-friendly. We also evaluated Surfinesse Hydra's ability to reduce surfactant-induced skin irritation. In a clinical study, skin treated with Surfinesse Hydra alongside SLES showed significantly lower erythema compared to SLS alone, even after 24 hours. This demonstrates that Surfinesse Hydra helps protect the skin barrier and supports recovery following cleansing stress. In addition to reducing redness, Surfinesse Hydra also showed strong performance in reducing skin edema. Skin treated with Surfinesse Hydra demonstrated no edema and complete recovery after 24 hours compared to continued irritation with SLS alone. This reinforces Surfinesse Hydra's role as a recovery-focused functional ingredient, especially relevant in climate-stressed, frequently cleansed skin. We also evaluated how Surfinesse Hydra impacts sensorial perception. In comparison testing, the formulation containing Surfinesse Hydra left skin feeling more than 3 times smoother than the placebo. It spreads more easily and avoids the draggy afterfeel often associated with mild water-based formulas. This shows you don't have to compromise on the sensory experience to achieve gentleness. Another important advantage is the Surfinesse Hydra does not compromise foam. In fact, it helps preserve foam height and persistence in SLES-based systems, performing similarly to traditional amphoteric surfactants. This makes it especially attractive for gentle cleansers, where mildness and foam expectations must coexist.
Thank you, Kelly, and to Scott and Michelle as well. To close, today's trends make one thing clear. Beauty is becoming more clinically proven, more inclusive, and more climate aware. From wellness-driven skincare to hair health and climate-adaptive formulation, the opportunity lies in building products that truly perform in a real world. At Hallstar, we're excited to partner with you on this journey, whether you're looking to request samples, dive deeper into the data we shared today, or explore how these ingredients could support your next great formulation. We'd love to continue this conversation. Thank you again for joining us today, and we look forward to connecting with you. Please contact us with any questions.